No, AAU basketball is a brand that is separate and its own entity. Like
Hmm.
you have to go to an AAU tournament to understand the difference. Like,
Right.
we go to Agape, right? We go to Agape here, Premier here, we go to maybe Nationals and all that stuff. And don't get me wrong, like maybe Nationals is kind of turning into its own thing. Like, yeah, and it's beautiful to see.
It is.
But you'll hear parents calling Agape or Premier basketball or any of your local tournaments AAU, and it's not. It's not AAU basketball. Like you go to AAU, you gonna get the opening ceremony. You got to go through the registration.
Yes, you
They're
got to
gonna have
register. You got to
yeah.
pay.
You got to pay. You got to get your AAU card. You got to have your coaches get signed off and get validated. You got to, and then you're going to see all these players who are on that, at least from the grassroots standpoint, you're going to see all these players that are coming there on one accord for the same thing. And it's really one of the only tournaments where you're going to get to see teams from all coasts still come into one umbrella outside of the shoe circuit, right?
Right.
And that's all you got for the grassroots level. Where the AAU really lost its moxie, and there's two reasons: the time that you're spending down there for AAU, you're spending 4 to 5 days down at AAU, which
It's a
is,
lot.
nowadays it's expensive, and a lot of families don't have that, right? And a lot of programs don't have that type of money, right? And you can go to a 3SSB or a EYBL or a Under Armour and Puma circuit and get a darn good tournament in 2 days, maybe 3 days if you're playing on a championship day, right? And why would I go spend all this money to AAU when I'm spending a week and a half over here and I'm getting one, maybe 2 games a day? Where I go to EYBL or 3SSB, I can get 2 to 3 games a day. I'll be done by Sunday, be back home. I get to save a couple of days on hotel, and I got to see what was the best of the best out there. So that's the one aspect of it too. And then the other piece of the reason why AAU is kind of like not as prominent as it was before is to Rod's point, they don't have a high school focused segment. Or, it's once you get to really, honestly, once you get to seventh grade, you're not going back to AAU. You're not, like, and we're looking at it like, for example, for like this coming year, like we're going to pass up AAU to go to another tournament, just because it makes more sense for our schedule. But that's what happens, and so there's so much, value that AAU has that adds to the game of basketball that you just can't replace. Like the experience, you going down there, you getting the coaches, and you're learning stuff, and you're networking with these teams. You're seeing these other players from all the other places. But that's the only place you can really get that outside of like a maybe Nationals, which they're just now coming around the corner.
It's
So,
still not the same. AAU is
hmm
a whole experience, and the girls and like, you know, yeah, it's just a whole experience, and it really builds. Being there so long is a part of what allows you to build that camaraderie, but it's just not
I
feasible
think like
of
a lot,
course.
they need to go back to Disney. They need
and
to
I
go back to
think,
Disney.
and I think the main thing too, and people probably don't even look at this. Like back then, it wasn't 30 courts in the convention center. Like it
No,
was never like that.
nope.
Like we renting out these high schools, and whatever game is playing, that's the game that like.
You
That's
have
the
to watch.
focal. That's the focal point. So you got
hmm
everybody watching.
hmm
So that's kind of, you know what I'm saying, cheating the kids you know what I'm saying, because of the money. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Like I need to get as many games I can get in as a day because I done rented out this convention center for probably 10 bands a day
And I
Hmm.
got
or
all these
five
coaches
thousand
coming.
dollars a day,
hmm
and all these coaches coming. For me, like I still think that it can still be done in the way of, you know, involving these schools. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you at a convention center, you got 15 courts at the bottom, you go upstairs, you got another 15. That's a lot of games. Like, that's a lot of games, that's a lot of kids in the court, and is that really helping the kids in a sense? That's why I'm like 50-50 on a lot of this stuff. Like it's gonna bring the exposure, but at the same time, like I remember when AAU, even not even gonna say AAU, even on the circuit, like when we went to Vegas, we was playing in high schools. It may have been two gyms in high school, maybe two, but it was mostly, you know what I'm saying, you playing on that main court.
Yep.
And you had the focal points on whoever was playing next. We watching. That's how you able to watch these guys and you able to see them because hey, we at this gym and you know you're gonna get some good competition, whatever gym that you scheduled at. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we at this gym. And that was excitement. All right, we on this side of Vegas. Let's drive to the other side of Vegas. We got a game at we played at one, or we got another game at four, or we got to drive to the other side of Vegas to this other big high school. And you walk in, you seeing shoot, Team Texas, you seeing whoever it is you seeing, like, damn, they playing over here too. And all the focal point was on that game because you ain't got a million games going on at one time.
Hmm.
So you able to watch kids. So that's why I feel like we knew, like, kids know about kids because of social media and shit, stuff like that.
And that's
But like